Alright, so for starters, this is going to be kind of annoying using Twitch because it darkens the screen, so it's a little bit darker than what I would like to be able to draw with it, but we'll make do. We'll see how this goes. Uh, Also, from what I could see already in the Terrasun is I already talked to you about it. I said that you were probably from console, and you did say yes that you were. It's just from your movement. I'll put something possibly towards the end or right here describing movement. I'll be in like a Terrasun or a custom game, and I'll just show you movement that would be, I don't want to say it would be good, but it would be better than what you have now, which is almost no flicking ability and almost, I don't want to say no full auto on your weapon, but it seems like you're resistant to play with like just hold mouse 1 down and just let it fire. And that can be a problem for multiple reasons. It tells me that you don't know the controllability of some of the guns, which isn't bad. It's just something that you have to work on. Alright, not gonna lie, I did not expect to get Chalet, the same one as you did. I did not plan that whatsoever, I promise. It just kind of happened. So, here, the way that you're moving is you're moving normally, like running and getting to your positions. Like, one great thing that I saw is that you weren't sitting there like doing this a lot. You weren't crouch walking everywhere. You weren't doing all this. But one thing that you should get used to is this: leaning, leaning, leaning. Even if it's not good, leaning with it. And also, leaning into shooting, not gosh, I don't even know how to do this, how people do this. They are ready to peek a corner, and they ADS, and then they lean over into the actual peak. What you should do is you should move and walk into the peak. I usually go off to the side because this is when it was more advantageous to do that. But you see how I'm moving? This is me just regular leaning. I didn't touch my A or D key at all. And I'll get a little bit farther over here. This is me just walking over, or this is me already leaned and just walking over. And then this is going to be me just leaning while going into it. So, and I'm also going back with my D key, just so it makes the peak a little bit quicker. And then what you also did was you said that in your message that you want to conserve ammo, which I get that, but there's no need to. Especially in a Terrasun, where there's nothing that can really kill you, besides fucking C4 that I can't see. I'm just not gonna bother with it. We don't need to talk about my aim today. But ideally as well, you should not run out of ammo when you do a Terrasun, unless you're playing like Hibana or something. I've wasted a lot of ammo just showing you the basics of peeking and movement. And you'll see, like, just watch back, if you haven't already, just watch back over the Terrasun that I'll show you here, and I'll just lean into every single peak. Even if I'm not ADS, I'm already leaning into it. I'll lean into it. I won't be leaning until I get to the peak, and then I lean into it. Because it just gives you that little bit of edge. Oh god. And then that also. What you're doing a lot is you're like, you have your aim, and then you kind of drag it over, instead of just doing this number. You just flick to it. Like, don't worry about anything. That's one way that you can conserve ammo right there, just flicking to it. And I'm actually gonna grab ammo, because I've wasted so much. Ah!
Op 4
But
eliminated all friendlies.
you get the idea with it. Basically trying to move into the peak, be better about your overall movement also. Just how you lean, remembering to lean as you're leaning into it. Don't just wait until the last second to lean. Actually lean into it, and that'll do that for you. There's not much else that I can really say besides that. Yeah, I'll get back to that. You know the operas, you know the games. You were set 130 or 103 on Xbox, and now you switched over here and you're 178, or not 178, you're just 78, which is not too bad. You're silver 2, which isn't bad either. So, excuse me. I think I had to go a little bit ahead. Yep, here we go.
At least in a lot of the lower level stuff you get banned, like all the time.
Also, another thing that I wanted to say is that you just seem very, very quiet. Like, your mic is perfectly fine. It just sounds like you're not speaking up as much. I don't know if it's just that because you're streaming, you get a little more shy about it or what, but just speak up a little bit more. It's not I haven't seen what you do in callouts. Maybe you make callouts louder or not. I don't know, but speak up. That's a quality thing, I guess you could say, for this. So we'll continue here, see how the ban phase goes. You're defending first on Villa, so you should win 3 rounds right away. And then the enemy team should win 3 rounds, and then it's the coin toss as to who gets defense first on overtime.
Oh, jeez. Just to kill.
Talk shit, get kissed. That man speaks the truth. Alright, so let's see who you guys ban.
I would say Mira.
Yes.
Yeah, there go Mira.
As a good pick for Mira, and it limits your ability to defend study and more or less the bottom sites for kitchen, dining, or living room and library. You should always go kitchen, dining, by the way, before living, library. I don't know what I haven't seen nearly that far into this video to see what you do. Let's see what you have for operators. You did have the season pass from what I saw, so you have all this season's operators. You should always pick for second floor aviator games. That's number 1. Second is trophy. Next one's living room. Always should be that. Good job on picking Maestro. With this season now you have a 7-second plant timer, so you can take someone down. If you start shocking them from the moment that they start planting to the time that they're done, you will take them down 70 HP. Which, if they have gone into any gunfight whatsoever before that, they're probably dead. So Maestro is very, very strong now.
Secure the bomb.
Not a bad evil eye, actually.
I missed it.
Whiff on a drone, that's okay.
Op 4 has found a bomb.
For this one, here, I'll let it play out a little bit. For this evil eye, I probably would have put it on this back wall right here and then blown the hatch with your bailiff shotgun or impacts, because I think he gets impacts now, but you should always have a secondary shotgun. It's more reliable for him. And you can set up sight a lot better than just with 2 impacts. But I would place it here and then use your secondary shotgun to blow out the hatch, because then a sledge can't get it. They have to use some form of ranged explosive to get rid of this, or be very, very precise with their Thatcher EMP so they don't throw it down the hatch and they get it on the side or over in the corner here. Putting it right here just makes it more difficult for them to do something. Yeah, there's a default cam sitting right here, but this is more sturdy and it's going to stay there a lot longer than a default cam would. So, not the greatest, and all we get for that Maestro cam is really just sound cues, and we get a look down this hallway, which isn't bad. Barbed wire. I really wish Twitch was better about this. Barbed wire, I would have put farther down here, because then what you want to do with barbed wire, and especially in long hauls like this, is you want to make it so that they are uncomfortable to destroy the barbed wire. So you don't want to put it too close to this opening here so that they can just melee it without peeking out at all except for their hands. But you don't want to put it too far or too close to the door so that if they clear this hallway, they don't have to worry. The only thing they have to worry about is who's in here, who's in this doorway. So what you want to do is you want to put it like right in the middle there. So like right here. Because that way, if they want to clear it out, they either have to walk up to it and punch it out, and that leaves them exposed, or they have to waste utility of a nade or some type of ranged explosive essentially to get rid of it. And it just wastes utility, or it causes them to be very uncomfortable, which allows someone in here to peek them and catch them off guard. And it makes killing a lot easier. The barbed wire inside the door isn't great because usually if you're going to take this site, you're going to walk in and you're just going to start killing people, or they're already going to be dead.
Yeah, everybody's getting their armor this time. I'm so proud.
Exactly. The days that everyone gets their armor is a very good day. And we do still have 2 reinforcements.
Get ready to engage.
I don't know if... Here, I'm gonna go back a ways.
Yeah.
I would have reinforced the wall over here and then possibly right here, because then it just gives the person that's hiding in this corner a little bit more cover from the door. I mean, it's not much, but it is something. You're using your utility. This site in particular, you can use all of the reinforcements in sight, and it can almost be too much in all honesty, because how many have we used right here? We've used one person got that over here, and one person got here. So that's 3 right there, and then 4 with someone getting this wall, and then they got one of those walls. So you can see how you haven't used your reinforcements, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm just being nitpicky at this point. Typically, what you'll see strats for this is to have a roam game. So that 3 wall that's over in Master and Trophy, they'll just reinforce that to make their roam game a little bit easier. You guys aren't pulling strategies because you're solo queuing right now. So just to be a little bit more nitpicky on my part, I guess, would be to reinforce the wall by pool and then the rotation next to the rotation, just to make it easier for everyone.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready to engage.
Excuse me. It's not a bad place. You know that you're safe. You aren't going to get shot from below. And if someone's going to come into sight, you have a very clear warning. And you're looking for the feet. It's good that you're keeping your turret open like this, because then now you can see you're ready for the drone. It kind of sucks that you missed it there. That's not much that you can really do about that. Now we should be looking for those Hibana pellets. There we go. Perfect. Thatcher EMP that missed us. That's great. That's 1 down. So now we know that they have at least another Hibana. Hibana is one of the unknowns, but we don't know who the other unknown is. Could be a thermite, but we don't know for sure. So keeping that in mind as we're moving forward, should always be looking at who you know and who you don't know. And we heard him opening something, so that's not great. If we go back here, see, this is why. Yeah, you heard it right there. They put it on while you're opening up and while Rook was shooting, and then you didn't react to the Hibana pellets starting up. You probably could have gotten 2 of the pellets on the side, which just make it a little bit smaller of a hole. It wouldn't have stopped the hole from being open, which is why for this Maestro turret, my opinion is it should be back against the wall up here, against this wall, what would that be, the east wall. That way you can look throughout the room, and you can't get a shot from the window behind you, and they have to actually physically walk in the room from this door to actually shoot it, and you get full information. So a little bit better placement on this camera. It's not bad, but it could be better, is what I'm saying. Good job on getting the drone there. But now they know that it's there, they're probably going to try and destroy it at this point.
Can you ping him though?
Good job on getting that. Yep, close it up. So now at this point, what we want to do is not do that. No.
Hold it hurt.
So that was a bad play, 100% on your part. Once we get these Hibana pellets, see, this is why I don't like it, because it has that big play button in the middle. Once we get these Hibana pellets right here, we haven't heard a thermite firing his gun, so we can assume that he isn't here. So this turret right here serves entirely its purpose of getting this, but then it has another purpose of being extremely hard to get rid of. They've used one Thatcher EMP, and they'd probably use another one to get rid of it, but then that's just one less EMP that they can use to clear out goos, to find out if there's a vault cam nearby, or to disable your other turret and destroy that one. So you really have to think about that. Your value that you just lost from this is huge because you just allowed them to open it up. Hibana can still one-shot headshot you on 1 HP. She doesn't need 100 HP to shoot people.
Hold it hurt that.
But your camera could kill someone else. And we got hit by a Thatcher EMP, so we know Thatcher wouldn't have gotten that. And now he's dead. So if we had kept our turret in that room, they wouldn't have had any way to get rid of it. And it's free information. So now we know it's a Maverick. So Maverick could have gotten rid of it too. But that requires them to go all the way around. And we know that he's right next to us, so he should probably get off our... Yep.
That's why I got rid of Maverick last time.
So if we go back...
Okay, good. Got you down there. We'll have some issues with.
When do we see it?
Repeat active.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It took us about 8 seconds to realize that, oh, he repelled in this window. Oh, it's Maverick. Oh, he's got a blowtorch and can just shoot right where I'm sitting at. That said, you thought about it and you realized it, but you took a long time to realize it.
That's why I got rid of Maverick last time.
And you say that's why I got rid of Maverick last time.
Okay, good.
But you didn't call that he was there, so I wouldn't say that she 100% died because of you, but you could have greatly helped her, because if you noticed, she was looking at the window. She wasn't looking at the hallway over here, the N90. She wasn't looking at the cabinet hold. So she didn't know for sure if someone else was in there. That is on you to tell her that that's happening. Granted, you got killed by Maverick, and we can see in the kill feed that it was a Maverick that killed you, but it's still nice to know where he is. And that could... It's just another layer of... Oh, hey,
There's a Maverick
he's
out
here.
there, Legion. He's one picking him off.
Oop. What did you say here?
Legion. There's a Maverick out there, Legion.
You say there's a Maverick out there. Where's out there? You should say Maverick in 90 Hall.
One picking him off.
And we heard the plant going down while you were saying that.
Locate the diffuser, destroy it.
Nowhere here,
1
dude.
on 4 remaining.
That's just...
Mission failed. All
That was a bad play on him because he went
I'm
for the
sorry, guys.
kill. And he even says like he's sorry. He went for the kill rather than the Maverick. That's a bad play on his part. He pretty much knew where the Maverick was. Your call out wasn't the greatest.
Mission
Alright, go back.
There's a Maverick out there, Legion. He's
You
one
hear
picking
it
him off.
right there. I heard it. I don't think you heard it, sadly. But you started planting. So you say, hey, they're planting. Because he didn't hear it. You can clearly tell he didn't hear it.
bomb diffuser in place.
And he goes for him. Yep, and then he dies.
Destroy it.
Nowhere here,
1 on
dude.
4 remaining. Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized. I'm sorry, guys.
And see, this is where your Maverick camera comes in, or your Maverick, your Evil Eye comes in handy, because it was sitting right on the floor over here. They had no way to get rid of it. And you could have seen Hibana walking in sight, and then you could have said, hey, Hibana's over here on the other site. oh, I hear her planting, because you could, even though it's covered with the evil eye, it's muffled sound, you could probably still hear it. It's very, very close to where she was planted. So he probably could have heard that. I mean, we could have told him that he was planting. And then he could have gotten up and he could have killed him before Maverick opened this door. And then all of a sudden, Legion has Diffuser sitting here, and Maverick's on the other side of the door and has to go across to get the Diffuser, or he has to go in Vault or over to Pool, whichever one he wants to do to kill the Legion. All of a sudden, the tides turn, but we didn't have the information because we didn't have our Maestro cam. Excuse me. Please tell me I have water in this. I don't like that you went no vote. I hope you do go back and vote for some site. You should always vote for a site. Always have an opinion when it comes to a site selection, because sometimes your team will pick a site that is very much not good. Like, I always want to pause this. Like on Border, they'll pick Bathroom Teller, or it'd be Bathroom Tellers, and that'll be the first defending round, and you didn't know about it because you picked no vote, and you don't see it until here. Show it again. It's good that your team is thinking to rotate. You should always try and rotate sites if you don't win the first one. If you get very, very close to winning a site and you know what you guys did wrong, then you can try it again. But if it was a very clear, decisive, you lost, go away from it and come back to it. And then we have Barb as Rook.
Can you put a rotation here now?
Isn't the best thing. And then that barbed wire is what I was talking about before too. That was actually not too bad a barbed wire. You put it right on the top. So what you could do, I would probably recommend putting it a little bit farther down, simply because you can stand right on the other side here. You're completely covered. The only way they can see you is if they come probably up to this like second or third step here, but the barbed wire is going to give them away as they're doing that. So if you put it down a little bit farther, it gives you a little bit more of a reaction time, because by the time they hit this barbed wire at the top here, they're already going to be at the top. They're already going to be able to see over this ledge, and they're going to be able to shoot whoever's in there. Yeah, but then you say,
I'm sorry.
yeah, you say you're sorry. That's one of those things where,
It's
okay. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good.
Good, because I can't do more.
It's okay.
Yeah, that was. Dude, we should not. No. Do not put barbed wire here. If anything, you want to put it farther up here, so that if someone's walking through, they have to be all the way on this side or all the way on this side to be able to peek someone without walking through barbed wire. You don't want to put it on top of another one, because they can destroy 2 barbed wire for the price of 1. Or if we wanted to, we could have put it over in here in this doorway, or in the hallway there as an early warning system, or on the stairs. But we should not, 100% should not have put it right in the other barbed wire. It's wasting utility is what that is.
Good, because I can't do much more Italian.
5 seconds left. Keep an eye out for Op 4 attempting to defuse your bomb.
And we're trying to find a place to go. I don't really mind this. It's Villa. You can move around pretty fluidly without having to worry about too much things. What I would have done is it... Oh, did you call it?
East.
Oh no, he called it out. He called out east, so that's on the east side of the building, so you know it's there. What I would have done if I were you is if you... I mean, we just wasted... How much is that? 40 seconds? No, 20 seconds. I can count. Wow. Wasted about 20 seconds. We could have just looked on default cams outside just to see who they have possibly and where they're coming from. Because Villa is pretty good about their camera placements. There's one way out here. There's one all the way over in that direction. There's one on the building over in here. So we can narrow down where they're coming from just from the default cams. I.e. if this default cam on this side isn't destroyed, we know no one was main lobby or main road. So they're probably not going to come down through main door, bathroom, or they're not going to come up through this window up here, and there's a chance that they won't go for connector window right next to site. So just by looking on cameras, we get an idea of where they possibly might come from, and it can narrow it down for our roamers. Not really any reason to barricade that off. I think you were thinking of, well, if they come through pool, then I have a early warning for that, and now you're limiting your angles, which isn't too bad of a thought. And here I'm in study.
Got one over by me. I heard him break a window.
That was a door. There's a very distinct difference between a door and a window.
Me. Got
So we know that they're on the door to study. They're on balcony to study, for sure.
one over by me. I heard him break a window.
And when we say over by me, who's me? That's a big thing. Is I have this all the time. I say it every now and then because I'm just used to playing in a 5-stack or like a lot of people, and I just say by me. And if I'm dual queuing or solo queuing, and it's a horrible habit to have, but you should say by Rook, or just make the call out. Study door was broken open. You said window, so if they see that it was you ended up that was doing it, then they'll probably think that was study window, and they may end up going through this doorway right here and then just walking through it, and then they get shot from the door. And they're like, you said the window, not a door. Simple callouts like that can make the difference. And you hear the drone, you're aiming down for it. We hear him, we know he's right next to us. Wasted a little bit extra ammo there to kill him. It was like we didn't react to him dying. Good job saying that you killed him. I heard something. Let me just go back here.
Lying down.
Nice.
I heard a door on my left. I have no idea where that was. That could have very well been downstairs art storage, but I have no idea. Or I should say art studio. This is right below study. You hear someone getting on their drone. You hear someone breaking barb to our left. Which means that they're in connector. So that's probably the window that I heard being broken, or a door that someone put up, barricade. And he got someone that was downstairs. In those situations, I would just say, who did you kill, Jaeger? Because he doesn't have any more pressure. There's just one person there. He is running away. Just ask him, who did you kill? Gives you an idea of what's going on. Because if you find out that they killed their Hibana, or Thatcher, or Thermite, that can give you an idea of where they're gonna do, what they're gonna do, and where they're gonna push. And we know that they have an IQ now. We're gonna break the window and go for the peek. We're looking for it.
Close to you, no?
Good thing that you said your name. We have 15 seconds.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds left.
And we know there's someone on the left. Good job on taking that. Good job on just stopping the plant. That's all you needed to do. But this is what I was talking about when I said I knew that you were a console player. Like, there's no need for you to like burst fire it. Like, you should just lay into her back. You don't care about whether or not you live or die in that moment. There's 0 time left. So downing them is the most important thing. Because if she got that plan off and then you got domed immediately, then that's bad on your part. So just laying into people, like, she's not going anywhere either. So this is where you should probably go back to second floor aviator. Like, even though you did lose it, it wasn't a decisive loss. There's things that we could have fixed to make it better. Excuse me. Picking our maestro up again.
To hide next to me now.
Here. You keep?
Find some place else to hide next to me now.
Yeah, I don't know what you said there. You're very, very quiet.
There's somewhere else on the map right now.
It's like you're talking to yourself, almost. And then other times you just remember that you're not talking to yourself, that you do have a stream up, and that you are talking to other people, especially, which is good. But it's like realizing that all the time.
Reinforcing the wall.
Oh. Good job on using our utility right away. Our 2 reinforcements there. That's good. We put our barbed wire again in the same spot. I already explained that it'd be better early on. That barbed wire isn't the greatest because, again, usually what you want to do too is you want to have someone holding the top stairs by being in that corner right over here of the door, in the hallway still. But you'd want to put the barbed wire on the stairs because then it forces them to come all the way up these stairs, and that they're punching this barbed wire or they're walking through it, it notifies the person holding this angle that they are right on the stairs. They're either right on this landing punching it, or they are in the stairs. They're coming up the stairs. And it gives them that early warning. They either have to, the person coming up these stairs has to decide, do I tell them that I'm here, or do I just walk up and hope to God I get the angle before they do, before they even realize that I'm here. So better placement on barbed wires. Like, it's something very, very simple, but it can be make or break the game. Or putting our Maestro cam in the same spot. I would recommend, since they already knew that your Maestro cam was there before, and Hibana is definitely going to remember it, because you destroyed 2 of her charges, and you took her down to, like, I would guess, like, 40 or 50 health.
Got a Twitch drone. Watch
So
out
they're
for this.
probably going to go right for it. And now they have a Twitch, so they can really destroy it very easily. I would recommend going in the same spot. You did well with it. You just needed to have that reaction time more to realize what was going on. And be careful sitting in that corner because they could still shoot you with a Maverick or shoot you through the drone hole. Or just Capital Flame Bolt you or nade you. Not bad on the castle to put those barricades up. It slows them down, but as you can hear, they're meleeing it. They're being smart about
Trying
it.
to break over here.
And as we can see, they haven't. Oh no! 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 Stop! Stop! Whatever you're doing, stop! 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 Look what you did. Look. 1, 2. We just had 1 camera gone. Now we have both of them gone. You didn't do anything with that. We could have just here. I'll even go. If I can.
Over here.
Here we go.
Maybe.
And they had a Maverick,
Trying to
it looked
break
like.
over here.
But that's a Thermite I can see very easily from his book bag. And that was a Hibana. And then that's a Twitch. And down there is a Lion because it's a big-ass backpack. And we lost our camera. That was staring right at their backs. You know how useful that would have been if it was like 30 seconds left and there's no way for them to open that up? Or no way for them to open it up. What am I saying? If they didn't think about it, they would think that it's a Val cam. And they wouldn't be looking for the default cam. Almost guaranteed. That's very, very bad play on our part because they forgot. That's the biggest thing with attacking is remembering to shoot your default cams. If they don't do that, that's a free cam of information. And now we know Nomad's right next to us, essentially.
Enemy drone moving into
This is when I would tell them, hey, Nomad's in 90 Hall. We know it's open there.
Op 4 has located a bomb. You know what to do.
This is another thing that I'm noticing is you're fixating on just you. You did go to the default cams and just look outside, but then you wasted one of the default cams by spotting on it. But go to the Vault cams. See what other information you can get. Look at the other default cams. Like, you should be constantly cycling through your default cams and Vault cams as you're doing this. Now is the point where you'd want to be looking regularly, because as we can see, they just opened it up, and we saw a drone on the cabinet there. Here, I always have to. Twitch is very finicky. And you see a drone sitting right here that we can just shoot out. Just less information for them. We get more value out of our gadget. Now we know them, they're in the hallway. We're going for him instead of trying to see if we can shoot the actual X-Kairos, which we lined up with the Frost, which was bad, and we didn't realize that we could have gotten shot and killed while we were just sitting there on our drone, or on our gadget.
Live mark.
That was a bad call from him. Saying a live mark is almost useless every time. Almost everyone knows where they are.
One friendly operator
What?
remaining.
I just shot my hands or some crap.
You know, they shot your hands because Maestro holds his gun very, very far out, so he probably shot your hand holding the vertical grip. Yep.
That's crap.
You have to be... The operators that you should probably know have long weapons is anyone with a DMR, so Twitch can be one of them, Lion can be one of them. Nomad's AK is kind of long. Your weapon is very long. Frost's 9mm is very long. Other defenders would be like Cav or Shotgun, but that's about it. If you have the Boss G with Vigil, then you'd want to watch out for that. But on attack, anyone, again, with DMRs, then you'd also want to watch out for Jackal's C7E. Granted, no one's probably seeing much play with him because of everyone hates him in rank for whatever reason. Excuse me. And you also need to watch out for Amaru's G8, or not Amaru's, it'd be IQ's G8, her LMG.
Can't not believe now.
What did you say there?
Mission failed. All friendly.
Can't not believe now.
I didn't even catch what you said there. You're so quiet I could almost call it a mumble.
Friendlies were eliminated.
Alright.
Cheers, I'll drink to that.
Alright. Let's not do that one again. That's right, we're rotating. Now we're rotating.
Alright, so the bad thing about this now is you only have one and they have two. That's extreme for a Villa defense. You should almost always come out on top with minimum 2 rounds. You can screw over a defense every now and then, but you should ideally have 3. Like, I don't want to say there's no excuse for that, but the odds are very, very much in favor of you having 3. To the point that if you almost have a win on attack, you need to do everything and play as passively as you can to secure that win, or play as cautiously as you can to secure that win.
I'll be choosing that objective also.
And we know that they're probably going to go Aviator Games right away. Gridlock is a good pick.
First.
That's good. I didn't see which gun you have, but we'll find out here in a second.
It's always nice.
And they're the best operators for this site on defense, Echo and Mira, for Villa in general, are gone, so that's great.
We need to locate a bomb.
And we have a way to breach the hard wall without having to need a Thatcher, which is nice. Because with this one, with Villa, you don't really need a lot of hard breaching capability. You just need to be able to see in sight and to pick people off, because it's very much a turtle-heavy strat. And we know they're in here, so why are we in here? Why are we running around? We're still running around. We're running around. We know they have a Goyo. We don't care about that, though. We're still running around. Why is our drone still in here? Why are we in here? If we lose our drone, it's worthless. And we lost our drone.
I'm sure he lost from this.
There's no reason whatsoever for us to lose our drone in that situation. We knew that they were in Aviator Games, and we just gave them a drone for no reason. Even this drone in Study is very much a bargain, and you even almost screwed over him by scanning on it, and you spotted him. So what would have happened if that Legion decided to shoot that drone? Look for the drone before he peeked. He knew he was getting spotted, so He may or may not peek now because you spotted him, so you solved that problem. But now he's probably going to kill the drone, or he's going to look for it. A good player will look for it, and once you climb up in ranks, they will never be left there. That like having that drone in study was already iffy on his part, but you just made it a dead drone by scanning on it. Even scanning on it, I wouldn't have done that because if he's going to spawn peek, you know exactly where he is, or you should ideally with map knowledge. So you can just pre-fire it and he's dead. Don't have to worry about it.
And defuse it.
And we're looking way out in the distance for some reason. We're being cautious about peeking it. If I were you, I would have just pre-fired it, but it was a good thing that we were at least looking for it before we got to the angle. And now we're waiting for him to peek. You know what he probably did? He probably just put a Legion trap out on this balcony, and he's sitting over in the corner. And this is not that. There we go. He's probably sitting in the corner study now. So, or he's sitting back in sight. He's not going to be here.
Thanks to their Legion breaking down the door.
And it seems like I would have to rewatch the entire thing to get back on this, so, and I don't really want to do that, but it seems almost that you're commentating on every little thing that's happening, but you're not giving anything for callouts whatsoever. I've heard like maybe 3 callouts from you to your team, and that's it. And we just saw Legion throw another goo mine outside. So yeah, he's in that room, or he's in the hallway to the left. At this point, what you need to do, because we've wasted half the round, this Legion is doing his job perfectly against you. He's doing it perfectly. He's just sitting in this room or he's sitting in this hallway, and he's wasting all of your time. You almost lost half the round by sitting here looking at this one angle, and he's just doing nothing for it. This is the easiest job of his life, to sit here and waste your time and do nothing. And you're letting him do it. What you need to do is you need to get up there, get to that balcony, rappelling on it, and throwing your drone in there to get information. Find out where he is, throw your track stingers to stop him from rotating to kill you as easily, and then go in. We should not be here for this long. It's half the round is gone, and we've done nothing. Done absolutely nothing. Now we know this window's open. If someone wants to run out there, they will get detected before they actually get to you. And we hear them in there. I have no idea if that's going to be inside or if that's going to be right directly to your right. Those track stingers are kind of worthless. Because what are they, like, here, let me visualize this for you. Well, what are these going to do? They might tell you if he's sitting in the corner, but if I were him, I wouldn't have shot him out because they don't stop me from peeking you. There is nothing stopping someone from the hallway to your left from peeking you because they don't reach that far. It stops like right after the desk, so that's not going to do anything. It's not going to stop someone from peeking at this door right here, so they can just whoop over from the shield, or better yet, because these are the new shields, they can be right behind it and just pop up and shoot you and pop back down. So didn't really do anything with this at all. Just kind of wasted our tracks there. Having trouble controlling the recoil there. And she did exactly what I said she was going to do. And we didn't watch the kill cam either. That would have been somewhat good to watch the kill cam so that we know exactly what happened there. But I can tell you what happened. She did exactly what I said she was going to do. She was going to, A, she was going to peek from the side, and then B, she just yipped right up and killed you. Yep, there you go. She lined up the shot and she just shot up and killed you. Doesn't matter that we said that she was half at this point because she's dead. Not really anything, like, and IQ was right there. She knew where you died from, so it's not going to be hard for her to realize that. And we had no way to know that Goyo was in there at all. We could have droned out, figured out if anyone was in study or in the hallway right next to study, and then we could have. Here, I'll even back up here because she gave a pretty good sight picture. So we didn't drone out to see if anyone was in the corner that she's sitting in, if anyone was in this hallway, and if no one was in there, we can push in. Would you look at that? We just walk on in free of charge. We would have had to have someone watching the shield over here just in case, or have Zofia blow it open. You could have also thrown your tracks like directly over the shield. That's a horrible arrow right there. We could have thrown our track stingers right over the shield, and that would have stopped someone from at least going near the shield, or it would have given us a signal that, hey, someone's actually watching that, let's watch out for that, and it just delays them from peeking you. It gives you a little bit more advantage and leeway there. What we did was we really did nothing. Honestly, we did almost diddly squat.
Damn,
We have
there
been
it goes.
eliminated.
Oh no, I guess they're only 2 ahead of us.
I will say they are doing pretty good. They're coordinating fairly well. It seems more than your team. Because it actually takes communication for some of the things that they're conducting, whereas your team is relying on Dokkaebi phone calls to really coordinate your team. I keep forgetting about these little things up there. Excuse me. Alright, we're gonna run Nomad.
Yeah, but it's too late to find out now.
Good choice on the AK in my opinion. I like it way more than the ARX simply because of the ammo count. In my opinion, like that's enough for me to have it picked over the ARX.
Looks like I'm dropping back down to
So where are they? And then we get out.
silver.
So they're upstairs, trophy room. We know that.
Must be upstairs.
Yep.
Silver,
You said you
silver
think you're
weapons.
upstairs, so that confirms what you're thinking. So now we should just take our drone out. There's a drone hole that we just passed. We should take our drone out, and we just give it to them.
Got a Legion.
We know that they have Legion, but is that really important? We can find that out just from droning because we can see the Legion mines as we're droning.
Drone has located
I hate
insertion.
There's really no need for us to lose our drone like that.
To insertion.
It's just wasted utility and wasted time.
Located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
I'm guessing that you got spawn peek there more than one time, or at least one time for you to check it. Blitz is kind of waiting to see what you're gonna do. He should go first if he's going in, and I would follow him. He's the drone at this point. Just follow your drone ahead. Let him drone you out. This is when you gotta give your, yeah, there he goes. Give your Blitz encouragement. Just like, go Blitz, go. Just go. And have him just run in and see where people are. You're at the rank where it probably won't, he probably won't get countered at all, and he'll probably just be able to do whatever he wants without having to worry. Looks like you're trying to pick it up because maybe you didn't like where you put it. I don't really agree with that. You put 2 air jabs on one set of stairs. Someone's going to hit it and they're just going to walk up and they're going to hit the next one, so it's going to be almost worthless. Well, almost worthless. That's when you have to tell Blitz that he's right in front of his face, hard left from there. He got him, but could have gotten in a little bit sooner. And he's just planting.
My device is ready.
See, now we could have had one for the door frame up on there, and now they don't have any way to retake it, and we're aiming at the door without... There we go. I like the angle that you're holding. You're playing it fairly passive. You're not over-peeking it. You're not putting yourself in the room where they could peek you from the other side. And now we're going in there. We're proning at least, so that's good. I would have just stayed by the bomb chassis. Now we call that Legions in bathroom. We aren't. We know that they have a Legion or a Clash.
Blitz, hold on my back.
And you even said you're hoping Blitz holds your back.
Four last
Nice.
operator standing.
I probably one thing to note about having a random hold your back from personal experience.
Nice.
Never assume you're safe. Not unless you have a claymore or an air jab behind you. Never assume you're safe.
Well done, Blitz.
Yeah, the Blitz did exactly what I thought he was gonna do, which was just walk up and kill people. They don't really have any way to counter him, and they aren't. His only way to counter him is to really just man up and kill him, in my opinion.
That's 200. Faster, more damage.
I probably wouldn't have gone with the breaching charges with Nomad. They haven't won that site, so they could go there again. And then breaching charges are almost useless to us. The only time that they're really useful on this map is if you have them playing downstairs. That's when you would want to bring breachers. But I mean, it could end up working well for you. Let's find out. And we know that they're in the same site, so we should get our drone out of there. We should get our drone out of here. Why are we bringing in sight? We're going to jump the shield for whatever reason, and we lost our drone before we could even do that. It doesn't matter. At this point, you need to save your drone and be able to drone yourself in, or have a blitz face check you. Whichever one you want. Surprisingly, the Ash is the one that saves her drone. And she's the smartest one because of it.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
Now we're running the ARX.
Where's that cam at? Oh, that's what we got on this.
Good job on looking for that cam and shooting it out. Should probably be leaning into these angles. That was one of the things that I said why I knew your console is it seems like you aren't used to the fact that you can lean while you're on ADS yet. Like there'll be times where you ADS and then you think, oh yeah, I can lean, and then you lean over.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, what did he say there?
Gonna join you, Gnome.
Okie dokie.
There you go. This is when, right when he says that, I would just take my drone him in, because he can't look both hard right and hard left at the same time. Drone one of them, tell him that there's no one of those ways, and then he can go in. Then he doesn't have to worry about as much. Because if he dies now, it's going to be our fault. Get that back up to there. I don't think he will be. I don't think he'll die. I don't think he'll have a problem getting in there, but that should just be instinctively. We should be doing that right away. And he goes to the left, and he goes back to the right. Probably should have put it on the door frame instead of right in the middle of the hallway. They can just shoot it out.
You located a bomb.
That one isn't bad.
Heading to my left.
He's telling you where he's going, which is great. And it looks like you're there to refrag off of him. Ooh, Impulse or Goyo was it down below? Or no? He just threw the C4. Aw.
Okay.
That's just unlucky. Honestly, that's just unlucky. So now we actually have really two good drones. We should stay on this the entire time and tell our team if anyone goes through there. As unless we know where they are. Oh my goodness. Then we should... Okay, so we know... Let me just go back here. I did the same thing that you just did, which was I fixated on what I was looking at. Tell them that Blitz is battling the Clash. Say Blitz needs help. He's going after the Clash. Because Ash is sitting right next to them, and she doesn't know this. And then she dies, and then Blitz gets him, and then you say Blitz is in trophy. She got him, but he could have easily gotten that himself. If he had made good decisions and figured out what to do in higher level games, they're gonna kill him, or he's gonna kill everyone because you didn't say where he was. Simply saying where someone is and what they could be doing is great. like saying that he's in trophy. Okay, they narrowed it down to one room that he's in.
Like that.
They just have to drone that out, or they have to face check it to find out where he is, instead of having to look through the entire site or astronomy as Sophia was doing. Now we're overtime, and we got unlucky on our dice roll. See, and this is what I mean. That very first round, remember? If we had won that very first round, this would be 4-2, and we would have won. That Maestro Cam could have saved you the first round. Very first round. If you remember, you decided to shoot Hibana, and you lost it. That very easily could have won us that round, and we could be done right now.
They're all coming to the ruins with me.
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
What's wrong there?
And we know that the only attack, or the only defense I should say, that they won was Aviator Games, so we can have it on good authority that they're probably going to be in Aviator Games again. And they're not here. We didn't hear them at all downstairs.
Different site this time.
So...
Yep, Aviator.
yeah, there you go. And we're taking our drone in sight for some reason.
Drone has located a bomb.
I don't know why we're still in here. We're still spotting stuff, and we lost our drone. So far, every single attacking round, you've shown me that you don't care about your drone. At all. I don't know if you're going to tell me or not that you have trouble on attacking and you don't know why, but if you have trouble on attacking, this is reason why. You don't use your drone. You don't think about doing anything. Granted, the past two attacking rounds, you've had a blitz to face check for you. He and then becomes your drone for you. But at the very beginning of your round, first thing you should have, 2 drones. You should not have just one. If you're having troubles on attack, this is why.
You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
We're gonna open that door up. If you went to the angle that you
Check in some
were
first
looking at through Gridlock before, if you shoot directly through that door, you can actually shoot into Vault. Sometimes they won't have that reinforced, that wall, for whatever reason, and you'll be able to kill someone. That's happened a very small amount of times for me, but it has happened, so do it, just in case. And you're not going to kill a teammate by doing that. It's a sloping hill going down. There's no way that you can actually kill your teammate by accident. I would put a nomad charge right on that door to the main lobby that's in the study. Granted, someone might shoot it from the Aviator Games door or the Aviator room, but it at least provides you with some security. That's good. And how did we die? Oh, he peeked us. Because we were taking too long to decide where to put our nomad charge. I didn't even see him that well. I'm colorblind. Let's see how much... oh, he peeked. You could see his shoulder right as you were reloading your vehicle, gosh, your gun. And you weren't leaning, so you couldn't see him. Yeah. But, as you could see, if you had placed your air jab, been more concise and precise with it, you could have placed it and you could have gotten him away from that angle before.
Legions to your left there, Blitz.
Hey, you're at least telling him that he's 2 years left, which is
On that
good.
ping.
I'm not sure where now, but he's the one who got to do that door.
There is a Capcan trap on his door to his left, and he didn't run through it. We could have told him that it was there. Oh.
4 last operator standing.
Are we gonna win an attacking round? On Villa?
Legion was in pool room.
Missed this.
Oh. I don't think that she knew she was out of the explosives. There we go.
Good shit, guys.
Friendly mission.
That's great. If it were me and my team, I'd be super, super happy because because that's difficult to pull off. But as I can mention, you did pretty much nothing for that team. Your air drive didn't even kill Legion. Your team did everything else. Your contribution to that entire win was pretty much nothing, if I'm going to be frank. You didn't drone out. Here, we'll actually label them. So 1, you didn't drone out. You didn't save your drone first, and actually, very beginning of the round, you didn't save your drone. 2, we didn't drone out once we got up to the top to see if someone was actually in study or to the left of study, and just we can see if there's any Kapkan traps that we can shoot out, that we could get the angle on to shoot out. 3, we didn't really know where to put our Nomad charge, and we took too long to put it. And then 4, we died because of it. Like, that's the killing blow right there, literally the killing blow. We died because we didn't know exactly how to place our Nomad trap. If anything, you want to just shoot it as quickly as you can. You will misplace them every now and then. It does have a fairly large hitbox, and it can be annoying to try and get it in the place that you want it to, especially if you're trying to go through floors. But then we also saw a Kapkan trap for Blitz, so that's another strike right there. And we didn't call it out for Blitz, and he just walked right through it. And if we had saved our drone and we had droned out, or we had used our one drone to drone out, we could have told him that Legion was to the left, or he wasn't. If we had placed our drone, say, on the bookshelf in the hallway, we could have told him that Legion's not there. He went back to site, so there's another one. He kind of wasted time with that, and he could have been more prepared for him in site. So I count 5 for sure things that we did wrong, but a possible 6. I won't count that Legion one because he could have just shot your drone. You don't know that. I don't know that. But 5 for sure that you did wrong in that round that you could have easily fixed. And
Okay.
I don't know anything that you did in that round that benefited your team, honestly.
Let's get this. Trophy round.
This is great, though. You guys recognize that you only won on defense with that site, Trophy Statuary, so you're going there again, which is great. That is exactly what you want to do. You know which sites you won, so do that again. Even if your team is trying to press that whatever site that you guys didn't do or lost on was, quote, the superior site, like on Border, the superior site is definitely Armory Archives, but if you won Vents Workshop, go Vents Workshop.
Protect the bombs.
If you're not winning on one site, there's no point in doing it. Alright, now since we're playing Kapkan, we need to be thinking about where we can place our traps that can confuse the enemy. That one can be easily shot and droned out. That one's not too bad. We're thinking, looks like we're doing the thing that I do every now and then, which is get confused about what to do, and we're just running around almost. Where do we reinforce? Where do we put our traps?
5 seconds to insertion.
I like that you put that one at a different height that isn't
Located by
crouch height. Not bad idea. If they have an Amaru, then they can just yeet through that and kill themselves. Take them down half health. That was one thing that this one right here, I would put more of these up. Honestly, I would put, for me, when I run Kapkan, I probably put 1 at crouch level, and then the rest of them are going to be up here at either chest level or head height. Because people look for crouch level, they don't really look at head height. And you want to also think about how to place them, whether the background, like I know this door frame right here, if you place one right here, it blends in with this beam that's along the wall, and it's a lot harder to see. So if you put it on this side, well, it looks like if they're coming from, say they're over here in Aviator, and they're coming this way through, it looks like they could spot it easier, like just from the angle of it. But since it blends in, they see it a lot less of the time, and you actually get kills from that fairly easily. The only downside to placing them at more at head height is you run the risk of, are you playing against a passive team that doesn't drone and they just crouch walk everywhere, and then they just never hit your traps? That's just the risk you have to take with that. And that's also reading into the enemy. But from what I've seen of the enemy so far is they are not crouch walking everywhere. They are droning it out, or they are just running in. So Kapkan is a good pick. You can break the here. You could break. Gosh, I hate this play button right here. You can make a little hole, a punch hole right here, or you can just shoot it out like with a couple bullets, and you can just get a little tiny angle that looks at bathroom door. That's a horrible. Looks at bathroom door. That's like right here. Then it's a lot harder for them to spot you. They won't look for you. They're gonna look for you at the top of the desk, and they'll look for you at the side of the desk. But sometimes people just don't look in the middle of the desk because why would they? If they drone you out, then that's when you want to pick a different angle. But to start it off, I would recommend just doing that. Or prepping at the very least so that you could use it for a different time.
A bomb has been located by Op 4.
And again, still, we could have been looking on default cams to see where they're coming from, or see who they have. Simply knowing who they have can tell you where they're going to push from, probably. And more importantly, seeing where they are tells you where they're going to push from. We know someone's in bathroom. Ooh, but someone just... Was that? That was not the vault in that I heard.
Let me see.
Oh no, it was. I heard the vault. I thought it was in bathroom, but it was to your right. It was through my right earphone. But this is the problem with trusting the Randy. See what happened? He went. I saw him. I don't know if you saw him. He was sitting right there, and he just let him walk right back out. This is why you should never trust for someone else to have your back for you, unless they're in your Discord and they can tell you this. He's just sitting right there. He saw him walk in and saw him walk out and did nothing about it. This is the kind of Debbie Downer part of playing solo queue is they just can walk in and kill you and you don't know what to do. Legion doesn't even look like he's aware of what's happening around him in all honesty.
Jesus.
Yeah, I feel bad for
They're all up
myself.
there.
Not much that you can really do about this. Yep, there you go.
Mission failed. All friendlies have
Not
been
over yet,
neutralized.
though. Not over yet.
That kill, I will still put on you. I didn't hear it correctly. That's just the sound of siege every now and then. It happens.
Spot not working.
But you still trusted someone else to hold your flank when you should have trusted yourself. That's why there's certain positions when I play solo queue where I just won't hold it because I'm not going to trust a Randy to hold that for me. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't sit in that room if it was the last thing I ever did. That exact spot that you were in requires someone to watch your door or to have a castle barricade up. Otherwise, you will die. Because you're not paying attention, mainly. We should have gridlock with smokes. Breaching charges is kind of useless. Because we have our secondary shotgun that we can just open up hatches and floors and walls with. So, not really useful to bring breachers. Should have smokes.
Throw us off and go in the basement or something ridiculous.
They cannot go into the basement. Keep that in mind. This is bomb. The only time that you can have a basement defense is if it's secure and I think hostage.
Aviator.
But, good thing I'm calling that it's not aviator. Now we know it's here in trophy saturated, so we should just... Here. We should have just, right when we saw that they were over here, should have just jumped over the side and gotten down to the first floor and then taken it somewhere that would have been useful or back to our spawn. We should not have lost our drone.
Yeah.
But we know that they have a cap cam.
located
Yeah,
a bomb.
this
Make
gets
your way
back
to its
into them.
location and defuse it.
Yeah, what did you say there? I didn't even. Again, you're very, very
To its
quiet.
location. You've located
Yeah,
a bomb.
this
Make
gets
your way
back
to its
into them.
location and defuse it.
You say it's Jaeger?
You've located
Yeah.
5 seconds.
I'm gonna turn my sound up.
You've located
Yeah,
a bomb.
this
Make
gets
your way
back
to its
into them.
location and defuse it.
I had no idea what you said. What I had 32, I think. I recommend not opening up that window either every time. That's one of my pet peeves when it comes to spawn peeking. Is if someone pre-fires a window, like it's okay to like pre-fire it, but be wary because if you know no one's there, there's no need to break it open. If you break it open and someone's repelling there on the glass, now all of a sudden they could possibly die because you opened that up and they didn't know about it, or they didn't see it, or something. They just assume that it's clear, or you killed the person that was there. Opening it up is worthless, and it just gives the defenders a free peek right there without having to make
See if
noise.
anyone's in there.
This is the first
There's a
time
bunch of cap can traps around, just be careful.
that I've seen you drone in someone. Good that we're going around. Should have
Looks
looked at the
clear,
door
Blitz.
for Captain Trap.
I hear someone in.
Was that him that said he heard someone? Twitch is just being finicky as hell.
I hear someone in.
Yeah, he's saying that he heard someone. I would recommend also to have, this is just me, but I would have names on, because then you know who's saying what. That's another thing with solo queuing, is sometimes you don't know who said what, so having names on tells you something. We know there's a Captain Trap at that door, but we didn't say anything. So yeah, this is just, that blitz takes any damage, that's because of us. See, there's a Captain Trap. What the heck? There's a Captain Trap right there on the door, right past the play button. We should tell him and let him know that he doesn't take damage. But also, I would have him go in.
I think it might have just been Capcan setting a trap and then ran away.
That's when you tell him that you're clear hard right, clear hard left, go in. Captain Trap at aviator door. And we should have been repelled up there, ready to go. That's just more time that we're wasting to get caught up with him. I would recommend track stingers right where, yeah, there you go. Could have been a little bit more on center, but that's okay. And he did get the Capcan Trap, which is good, but we never called it out to him. Good job on getting the stairs. I would have put him down for these stairs. I would have put it at the landing that goes down, and then there's the other set of stairs. I would have put him at the halfway point, because they don't really get a good angle until they get about halfway up here. And if you stop them from getting even there, that gives you an advantage. They either have to shoot it or they have to walk through it and take damage. So either way, you're going to win out on that.
Recover the diffuser.
They could walk through just a little bit or shoot one or two out, and they could get an angle on you now. We should have shot the default cam. And now he died. Was he just sitting in the corner? Did I see? Yeah, he was just sitting in the corner.
Yeah, of course.
Always check our corners. Always, always, always. Even if you think you're safe, sometimes you just aren't.
One friendly
Doesn't
operator
look like. Yeah, you said that you lost this one, so see what Sophia does here. And just died from Capcan.
God, it's fucking worthless. That's a little weird.
That was a little weird, but I think they had the default cam still up. If I can go back here. They had it up, but it didn't look like they were using it. But they also had a Valkyrie. And that room's great for Valkyrie because it's all blue. Her cameras are blue, so it works pretty well. And you can't see if they're spotted or not, and you don't see that in the final kill cam. So I wouldn't be surprised if they spotted her on the camera and then he just shot the ping on there. Wouldn't be surprised at all. And he hasn't done anything fishy to warrant
shooting through before then.
doing that. So just from this, I can see that it's a struggle for you on attack unless you have someone droning ahead for you. You need to save your drones and you need to be more efficient with them, and you need to coordinate with your team. Like, even saying where you're going to push from, as you could see, Blitz said that he wanted to push with you, so you got one extra person. That's easy like that. If you're on, let's say, Cafe Dostoevsky, just cafe, screw it, and they're mining dining, and you want to take upstairs, just say, hey, can someone help me take upstairs? That can get you one or two people up there with you. Then you have one or two extra people with you. That's coordination. That's simply what that is having someone with you, having someone on the same page as you. More importantly, they know what you're going to try to do, and they're going to try and help you achieve that. 1 in 7 doesn't really say much. You played support ops a lot throughout this. You played Maestro, Capcan, Nomad, Gridlock, and I think that's it. Yeah, that was it. So pretty much all of them are support ops. You're not expected to get kills with them, except for the Alda and Maestro. You probably should have gotten more with it, but you were being very passive in your playstyle, so not unusual to have this for... excuse me. For having this for your kill death ratios. It's not bad. That's... like, it sucks, I know, and that's why I hate ranked, because it displays it for everyone to see. It's the dumbest system Ubisoft has ever created, but it is what it is. You just have to live with that. Nothing bad about it. Just gotta keep going from it. You did a lot wrong there. Again, that very first round when you were Maestro, you could have saved the round if you had kept your Maestro cam, but you didn't. You got away with shooting down the Hibana fairly far, and she pulled out the Legion trap while you were still shooting her. She fully pulled it out, and you were still shooting her, and you almost closed the window on it, and then you opened it back up and let her shoot it out and destroy it. So that first round is 100% on you, and then there's other rounds where you guys won, like on attack when you were Nomad. You died right away, so you didn't really do much, but you really didn't do anything at all for that entire round. There wasn't anything that you really did that facilitated your team getting that. That was all your team. No one else but your team. That round, some of those rounds, you severely held them back. That's not to say that your KD reflects that, because you could have gotten that and you could have won. Your team could have, at the very last round, you could have won without you, because your team weren't playing with you. You weren't playing with your team, except for that Blitz. And once he died, you kind of just didn't know what to do, it looked like. Every time that he got in and did what he needed to, you just kind of sat there and waited for him. Once he died that last round, you kind of looked lost, and you're like, what do I do now? Here, I'll go back.
I'm heading in.
You do look focused on the gameplay, I'll say that, up here. Looks like you're focusing on it, which is good. Almost too much, I would say. But I've played enough to where I don't have to focus that much. So, going in. He dies. You look over and you're like, oh no, I can see it on your face. Thinking, what do I do? I know he died from over here, what do I do? Where do I go? I think what you were thinking of is you were thinking of flanking whoever was sitting in 90 by going through vault and then going out through games. Those are horrible arrows. But you were so focused on that, you didn't think to check your corners, which I'm pretty sure he was in there the entire time. Why is Twitch like this? If I go back, did you drone that out at all? So this is when we first go in there. No. You didn't see him there. So that Capcan was there the entire time. I
I think it might
guarantee
have just
it.
been Capcan setting a trap and then ran away.
He was right that he was afraid that someone was there. He did hear someone, and you didn't check all the corners.
I'm heading in.
So you dying was 100% on you. Players will do that too. Like, it seems odd and weird that he waited that long before he decided to kill you and Blitz. Like, he just let Blitz walk by scot-free, and then he let you walk by scot-free. He let you use your track stingers. Like, I know that angle fairly well. I know that spot because I hide there with Mira all the time, and he waited a long time before he did
Walk
anything.
down the hall.
Like, that is very bad play on his part, but it's worse on you because you didn't catch him in a stupid spot. Like, that is 100%. I will give you this. I'll say this. This is a 100% brain dead play. His brain isn't in there. 100%. But the onus is on you. On you. On you. These are horrible arrows that aren't pointing to your face, but they're on you to actually find him and drone him out effectively and to kill him. He will do this now every time he plays Villa until it doesn't work. Guaranteed. I was the same way, and people do this all the time. They will sit in this spot. He will, anyway. He'll sit in this spot now every time he plays Villa, and until someone kills him, essentially. He will do it until someone fake drones him out. Like, they'll drone out, they'll maybe hear him, or they'll see him out of the corner of their eye, and they'll just act like they didn't see him, and they'll just whip around the corner and kill him. They'll pre-fire his butt, and they'll just kill him. And he'll be like, well, what the hell? How did you know I was there? Or better yet, they'll just shoot him through the wall right here. Like, either way, he'll die, and then he'll be sitting there thinking, like, how did you know I was there? And he'll think that they're hacking, of course, because why not? And it's simple. We droned you out, we killed you for it. You were in a stupid spot and you died for it. But you didn't do that. You were not the better player in that situation. He was doing a brain dead play, but you were even more brain dead. And then he's immediately looking to see if anyone else is following up on your kill. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I'll go ahead and go to the operator selection. Okay, so your operator selection is actually fairly good. Like, this is widespread. I love this. Like, I don't really have anything to say on this except maybe stay off the Finka a little bit more. Yeah, she's very, very good. As you can see, I think she's your highest KD person here, besides Ash. Ash and Sophia don't count because you don't have time on them, but she's your highest KD player with time on them, which is great. Like, that's honestly amazing that you have that. You have more time on Gridlock, but looks like Finka is your better operator. I wouldn't stick to that. It would be more useful now if you run a Blitz or a Montaigne, just because of the ADS time that she provides. I think it's a 25% reduction now. It used to be 50%, but now it's 25% reduction in the ADS time. So here, if I just go, let me get my calculator on my phone. 0.6 times 0.25 minus 0.45. So you pretty much bring his ADS time almost to what he used to have before the most recent nerf, because the most recent nerf went from 0.4 to 0.6. So bringing a Finka can bring him back to pre-nerf, which isn't bad at all. I would take that over anything. You're playing Twitch, like, you're bringing all useful operators. I like this a lot. This one looks like you have a lot of favoritism towards Legion, which is good. He's a good operator. You have looks like he's your best one again here, except for Castle. You don't have a whole lot of time with him, but for some reason you also have a 2.0 KD with him, which is nice. But it looks like we're very spread out here, which again is great. Even these ones like Bandit, Pole, Stock, Warden, Mozzie, Echo, you don't play them, but it shows me that you're at least trying them. You're at least trying them to see what they do, how they work, and everything. If it were me, what I do whenever there's a new season, like Goyo and Amaru, I just spent the first like 2 days on the TTS just playing T hunts with them, just to see how their gadgets interact with everything and to see how good they are themselves. Like Goyo, a 2-speed with a vector, or the TCSG with an ACOG on it is amazing, and it's learning how to play like that is useful in terrorist hunt. But then you'll have to translate that over into multiplayer. So playing them, great. Like you don't have much time on all these guys, but it's showing me that you at least try different operators, which is exactly what you need to do, which is great. I love it. You're playing a lot of Maestro too, which looks like you have some time on him, which is good. He's a good operator, and that's all I have for that. I should have the terrorist hunt clip in there. I hope I remember to do that, but that's about all that I have for you. There's a lot that you need to work on, but there's a lot that can be fixed very, very easily. Yeah, good luck.